Hey, this is Erica from Ever Educating, and this channel is teaching tips, tools, ideas, and resources for new college instructors. In today's video, I want to give you 3 ideas for how to use Canva to curate some fun procrastination but still productive activities before the semester begins. The first 2 can be used as an academic. It can also be used by your students. It can be used in your personal life. And the third one is particularly beneficial down the line, not just now, when you're potentially on the job market for a full-time teaching position. So if you're a grad student who's teaching before you go on the academic job market, I really recommend you stay for that third example of how to use Canva in this way. The first idea that can work for you and can also work for your students is creating a vision board for either the specific semester or potentially for the academic year. Vision boards, I think, could be really motivating, give you a sense of what are you trying to achieve during your, again, semester or year, and something you can look at either on your screen or if you print it out, and it could be like maybe a poster on the wall, and it keeps you like on task. Like, this is my mission, let's make sure I work towards achieving these goals. So what's great about Canva is they actually do have an option for vision boards. If you search vision board and you click enter here, it'll give you tons of templates that you could use to get started on. And some of them are not free, right? So like you'll notice a little pro sign. Those aren't free to print or to download. So I would look for ones that don't have that sign. But you kind of just go through and see which ones, speak to you. So going down here, and maybe you want to keep it really simple. So only 5 images here and then some text. Or you might want to go a bit more robust. And so these are a lot more images on this one. And so let's say I'm going to just click this one for now. You can see, is this what you wanted? Yes, customize this template. And so it opens it up for you. Now what's great about these templates is that they're very easy to edit. If you just go to photo and you say, okay, what's one of your goals? Well, let's say you want to submit to 3 different call for papers this academic years because you want to work on getting published. So maybe you look up photography tied to writing and you go through, and you're someone who writes by hand your first draft. So you click in here and then you go over one of these photos and it automatically resizes it to that photo. You can click in, and when you do that, you can move it around. Like, okay, I want it to be bigger, and I want to go here, and there you go. So now you have that image. And maybe you want to have multiple, because you want to do 3 articles that you submit, so you want to have 3 of these photos. So then you also grab this one, and you put it here. That doesn't look that good. Let me maybe make it into a smaller one. That looks better. All right, and then you keep going down. Maybe this one will work as a bigger one. Yeah, that looks nice. And the orange goes well. Orange here goes well. So maybe you have a little color pattern going on. And then now you look up for your next, goal. And so you kind of go through and you create, a vision board. And then you can just change this up. And maybe it's, the 2023-2024 academic year. And so now you have a vision board. You could download it, again, as a PDF, PNG, whatever works best for you. And you have something that keeps you inspired as you go throughout your year. So again, for you, potentially have this to do this with your students. Hey, what are you trying to get out of this course? Let's create a vision board for your goals. Or maybe you have college freshmen and you're teaching like a 1 credit college prep course. This could be great. What's your vision for your years at college? So just one assignment here, that again, for you, for your students, or both. Now, this is very image-based. There's also, this is the vision board I created for myself for this year for me, my 2023 goals. So as you can see, it's actually just words. And that makes sense because a lot of my goals are based on writing and I want to really focus it on this way. And so in this case, this was just a flyer template, literally a blank page. And then I found one that had this kind of accent on the sides that I liked. And my accent color is purple, so it worked well there too. And then I literally just created text, right? And then I resized it, changed the colors. And so this is my vision board of the year. So potentially if you're someone who is more word-based versus image-based, you can do this as well. It doesn't have to be very imagey like these were. So that's idea one. Idea two is to create a wallpaper for your laptop. And so again, this can just be your personal laptop, or potentially it can be your laptop that you use for teaching. And so maybe each week you might have, okay, what's the goal of the week? We're going to be doing this. Here's an inspirational quote for the week. Here's an image tied to the week's content. Here's a calendar, and you'll highlight which week we're in so you know, right? I have this little my folders here because I put all of my main folders on my computer in this space. So when I use this image as my backdrop, then all the folders will appear neatly in that section. So this depends on where you put folders, if you even have folders on your desktop screen. So again, you can just look up creating a wallpaper and then find a template that works for you and then make it your own. So I'm actually showing only my Canva screen, but if you see my laptop screen, I do have a different version of this wallpaper currently up. Again, it's inspiring me to what I want to achieve. In this case, it's this quarter because I'm doing a quarter challenge. So this can work really well for you personally. What are you trying to achieve? It can also work for you in the classroom. Hey, here's where we're at during this term. This is this week. Here's our goals. Here's what's due, etc., etc. And then option three is something I had not created before, but I think it could work really well as a memento, but also as something for the job market potentially later. So if you're a grad student who's teaching college courses, then this might particularly interest you. And so this was almost like a fun, productive procrastination kind of activity, because it's not going to be immediately relevant, or doesn't need to be, but I think it could be helpful. And that's having a course handbook. So you might have seen like visual syllabi before, which are awesome. But in this case, this is more of almost like a preview of what your course is, right? So I have on my website, Ever Educating, a description of each of the courses that I've taught. And that's just on a web page. So when I went on the job market, I have my website on there, and anybody on the panel could go to Ever Educating, see exactly the books I taught, the assignments I taught, a bit of my philosophy is right there, right? But it was a website. In this case, this could be just like a PDF, and it could be, okay, here is English 125, which I taught one term as YA literature. This is the fall, let's say 23 semester. And then you can just, again, create a pamphlet, a handbook of the course. And so in this case, it's obviously very visual. It can be an example of, hey, this person has a visual eye. They can curate really engaging material for their students. They have a great sense of, what's available to them to use to make things, again, more engaging. But it can also be, okay, I want to know about their, past teaching experience, right? Their teaching portfolio, so to speak. Give me some samples. Okay, well, here is a really beautifully designed description of one of my courses. And so this is not actually something I created, right? This is just an idea here. But once again, I just looked at templates for newsletters, in this case in Canva. Let me open this up, right? So these are different newsletters. So I chose one that I like the setup for. And then you just change things up. You can change the accent color to be, let's say, your university's accent color. Change all the titles and such. Again, when you do photos, it's very easy to just grab and drag over and then resize as needed. So you can easily replace them. And then again, obviously this will take more time because some things will need to be changed, right? So course description, maybe, this design works fine because it's 2 paragraphs long. But then here, course goals, usually that's a bullet point list. So I might move this a little bit to, the left here. And then rather than having these 2 paragraphs, I might delete that and just have, the course goals and start here and kind of have it going down the screen this way, right? So more time, but it can create a really visually appealing expression of your course. And this could be something you give to your students. So yes, if you do prep it before the semester begins, you might have, hey, here's the basic syllabus, something quick and easy. But if you want to really dive into what this course is about, here is the course handbook that I curated for you. And then you share it as a PDF on your LMS, for example. And then again, down the line, if you have your personal website, your academic website, because you're going to be going on the job market or you just want to get your name out there early on, hey, here's a page that I have a list of the handbooks for my courses. And then again, when you're applying to jobs, hey, you need a teaching portfolio. Well, here's some basic information, but here's one where I created it to be for my students to be more engaging, right? So this could be used a lot potentially in your career. Again, especially if you're a grad student who eventually will be on the academic job market. So as a reminder, in this case, the template I looked up was newsletters. In this case, it was wallpapers. And then in this case, it was vision boards. So there's a lot of different ways Canva can be used, but here's 3 ways that, again, the first 2 could work well for academic you and also teacher you, and then the third one is very much a teacher you perspective that I think again could be beneficial. I'll go ahead and link my Canva tutorial down in the description. I'll also put it up here on the screen. And if you have any questions, let me know. Comment if you have your own ideas of how to use Canva in productive procrastination ways. And click like if you found this video helpful. I'll see you next time.